everybody! It's Sunday, and welcome to the party. We are awake and happy to be here, and healthy. At least I think we are. Hopefully. But we are...
No coronas here.
At least Smurf and I don't think we have the corona. We might have been exposed. Who knows? The rest of you, I don't know. But
we're putting that to the side.
We're going to bring some joy in the midst of a lot of stress for a lot of people right now. So we are bringing you our fun and frivolous and enjoyable, action-packed worldwide wrestling RPG
Just spilled
campaign.
my water.
PWN presents Slaughter. Go get some water.
No,
or clean it up.
A towel. I'll be right back.
Or whatever you got to do. Go do your thing. Enjoy.
Wash your hands.
Good content.
Wash your hands. Everybody wash your hands. Don't touch your face.
So it's so hard with glasses.
I know, I'm the worst at it. I touch my face all the time.
Hey, don't we have a game to introduce you guys?
Yeah, we're working on it. You're cleaning stuff up. We're just trying to fill time.
You don't have to fill time. Just run the intro. I will not let coronavirus derail this wonderful game about wrestle boys slapping each other.
And girls and non-binary pals. Anyway, so, all right. A couple of announcements before we get started. I want to do a huge shout out to our sponsors, Devin Rue, the mistress of maps at ruinc.com. I think it is, or net, or whatever. I can't ever remember off the top of my head. It's over there in the thing. Then also Tabletop Loot at tabletoploot.com. They have awesome dice and accessories. I honestly just made a purchase this last week. They're really cool. I'm super excited to get my dice. You can never have too many dice. So nerdwear, it's what the nerds wear. I know Smurf is wearing a shirt from them today. Right? Yeah. And then, of course, Roll20, who I use to keep together all the music. Oh, dang it, I forgot to make the playlist. I'm so smart. Sorry, I will work on that this week. I'm sorry. Sly, I promise I'll work on that this week and get it to you. It was just a bit of a busy week for me at work, but I promise I'll get that to you. I corral the music together and run it through so y'all can hear it and the players through Roll20. Also, check us out on Discord. We're a fun community. You can join the Discord and hang out with us there. And if you want to support the channel, go to Patreon. Cool. I think those are the announcements I need to make at the beginning of the stream. This PWN presents Slaughter. Let's go around and meet the crew, starting with...
Wait for
Jackie. Because I decided.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie, better known as Death by Mage, and I will be playing the cook, and I'm super stoked.
All right, Smurf.
Hi, everybody. I'm Smurf, otherwise known as Robert is my real name. Tonight, I am playing Ron Steerling, who is the only face character out of all of the player characters, and is returning from injury tonight.
True. All right, Simon.
Hello, I am Simon, aka Lucha Libris on Twitter, and I am going to be playing the wrestler formerly known as Death Blossom, now reincarnated as some manner of living dead, Katrina Calavera.
Sweet. And Fox.
Hey folks, I'm Fox Barrett at Fox_Barrett on Twitter, and today I will be playing Ash, who has a chip on her shoulder so big that it has its own zip code.
True. And I am Kate. I go by me and Madara on the internet, and I try to play all the NPWs and keep this slightly going in a certain direction, although sometimes I go off the rails as well. All right, let us do beginning of game stuff. Does anyone
Top
have
of the card?
Top of the card. Does anyone have 4 audience at the moment?
I'd love
I do again, I think.
4 audience.
Wait.
Really?
Hang on.
Really?
Yeah, you do. You do. I think you do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I went down because of the thing. And then at the end
But
of
then
that
I think you went back
episode,
up.
I went back up.
Yeah,
then at the end of last episode, you went back up.
I went back up one because I won that match, I believe. I gained an audience.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which would explain why I was looking at my character sheet today going, wait, I have an advance? Past me just left a note like, remember to pick an advance. It's like, oh, okay.
And past you
I think I should have one too. Because I had
You won a
4...
title.
Yeah, I had 4 heat with the Vampirus. I lost 1 because I switched playbooks. And then I did a match with her. And I don't think I lost heat with her, so I should be at 4 regardless.
And then you also
Puts
get an
me up
advance
to-
for winning a title.
Yeah.
Okay. So I should get 2.
You get an advance for. Were you at 3 audience?
I was at 3 audience, yeah.
And then you gain an audience for winning your match.
Yep.
Right.
When did you gain your audience, Fox?
Oh yeah, because that determines who's at the top of the card.
Yeah.
F.
Yes.
I
I think you gained it from your match,
Let's
which
go
was
with that.
before the tag team match. So
Let's
you
say
have
I
an
have
advance,
3 audience.
but Katrina has the top of the card. Sorry.
Okay.
Every
Yeah.
time.
But you already got the advance.
So we have to
I
make
have
the
a-
over move.
I have
then.
a title
Yeah.
and I'm still not top of the card. Damn it.
You have the mid card title. Let's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
Ron,
be
that's more
real.
than you've got.
So far.
All right.
Dang.
I'm gonna give you.
Ron. Excuse me, Ronald.
Dude, I laughed so hard when you pulled that last week.
Rontifer.
Anyway, yeah,
Rotifer.
my bad. I have 3 then.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's fine. More
I
ammunition.
have in a different roll 20 because my instance got all goofed up. I have an 11, so you're just gonna have to trust me on that.
I trust you. Everyone else rolls dice and I trust them. I trust you. You good?
For the yeah, I'm reopening our thing.
Okay, you're good.
But that's for the top of the card.
Okay, so you get to pick. So you're gonna gain 2 momentum, and
Yep.
you get to pick 2 from the 7 to 9 list.
I'm gonna call out. I think I already did this last session, but I feel like I need to call out Ron again.
Okay, that'll be good. We can.
No,
I
that's
think we. Oh, is it useless?
yeah. Well, no, because I had 4 heat with him. Then we didn't have a scene.
So
Well, we
you
said that
lost
we had a
heat.
scene sort of where I
Yeah.
called him out, but we could fluff it so that it isn't really. Or
Oh yeah, that could be this.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Okay.
So I would have had 3 heat with Ron, and then I call him out.
Okay.
And then demand and be granted any match you want. Well, that sounds fun. Or I could just get more momentum, which I could spend on being a badass. I feel like I want to take the match because it's just more wrestling.
Okay. It
I don't
probably
know
won't
what
happen
that
this
is.
week,
We'll
but we'll
yeah,
figure it out. Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Point at that WrestleMania sign, baby.
Yeah.
Point at it.
We are 5 weeks away from the end of the season, so remember that.
I won't.
SummerSlam.
Can't call it that. We can call it something else.
Sunshine
Spring
Slam.
Sunshine Slam.
Sunshine Slam.
But if we called it Autumn Slam,
Spring Slam.
Spring Slam. Oh, okay. Cool. Perfect. And what is everyone's audience at now? So you have 4,
I-
3.
I was 3. I lost, so I should be at 2, right?
Oh yeah, you lost an audience?
Yeah, because I lost
Oh.
the match last week.
That's right.
Do you lose?
I was
do you
at-
lose a match?
I think you do.
Well, you lost the championship. I don't know.
I'll look it up later.
6, 7, 8, 9. And what are you at, Smurf?
3.
Let me see.
Where is my thing that I have to look at? I'm trying to find it. Excuse me
We're
for a
so
minute.
organized.
Good content.
If you could like, comment, and subscribe because folks were drowning.
Okay,
out here.
the audience has grown.
Hell yeah.
You now have to reset your audience
Damn.
to your gimmick starting audience score.
All right.
Okay. So I'm back to 2
Sorry.
anyways. Don't matter anyways. I'm still back down to 2.
But y'all have a bit bigger of a budget now because the audience has grown.
Well, I mean, now the cook can now everyone won't be as upset with the cook for spending all the budget on.
No, we
cast
will.
iron
I will.
pans.
No, still pissed about it. Still pissed about it. Got a whole
But
fire gimmick. We've got no pyro.
The locker room has been a little bit upgraded since the last show,
All
Yeah.
right.
and the bathrooms have been fixed up a little
There's a
bit.
door in the bathroom now.
Yeah,
Yay.
and there's there's 3 bathrooms now.
Ooh.
Yeah,
What luxury.
I know. There's the all access bathroom that anyone can be in because that's the bathroom that has been this entire time. And then
It's
there's
got a
2
fast pass and
singles.
everything.
And then there's 2 singles bathrooms that you could just go in and lock the door and hide in. All right. Are we ready to get this started?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's show this get on the road.
We cold open on Ron lying in an ICU bed. Arm curling. What happens? I want to say on the screen in the TV in the ICU room is last week's PWN presents Slaughter. And I think it's Ash calling Ron out
You suck.
with like Ronald, blah, 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 blah.
Tired of
The
living in
cur-
shadow.
The curling stops. And he turns his entire body because he's in a neck brace. Or facing the door.
It's like 89 Batman.
And he goes, Kimberly, bring me my crutches.
Okay,
We're
Ron.
going to Walmart.
I forgot that we wrestle in an old Walmart
And then
every time.
I need a moment. Oh, okay. And then the camera fades and it goes.
My dog is barking.
It's fine. Take care of it. Welcome to PWN presents Slaughter with, and then it's all changed. The surgeon is now. It's just this weirdo, like the champion, man. Ron Steerling, still Prince of Fab Ron Steerling with the abs and the gleaming and the gleaming. The cook, Ash, Diesel, Blood Moon, and it's Vampirus and Death Blossom. And it's got what did I name them? I can't remember. Oh crap, I can't remember what I named Iconic and Carmella. Iconic and Carmella Davis, whatever I named them, I can't remember. The Governor, Vince Rocketman King, Ghost, Bull.
From Night Court. Holy shit.
Bull from Night Court.
Do.
Live from PWN Stadium. And you see it lights up on the old Walmart site, and the old Walmart site is completely removed. Like, because remember we were still using the W from
You're
the
still using
Walmart?
the W.
No more, because you're a little more high rent now. You have a new sign, and it just says PWN, and like just like new, lit, and then you it opens on the crowd in the ring. I know where we are, and behind the announcer's desk are all the announcers sitting there. And we open on Rory Cemetery. God damn it, I always get that fucking wrong. Shit.
Oh, honey.
Good evening, folks, and my name is Rory Cemetery. Tonight, we have some wonderful action to bring to you live from PWN Presents Slaughter. We're starting with newly crowned tag team champs defending their titles against the newly formed team of the Governor and Vince Rocketman King. Can the Cat and the Bat retain their titles? We'll find out tonight. Also, we have the triumphant return of the Prince of Fab, Ron Steerling, who is taking on Ash in a grudge match. A couple weeks ago, Ash obliterated Sterling with a potted plant to the back of the head. Sterling has been in the ICU ever since. Can Sterling make a full recovery and put Ash back in her place? We also have the Mega Championship rematch as the Surgeon defends his title against the former champion. Does the cook have enough oil to disinfect the Surgeon? We'll find out tonight on PWN Presents Slaughter!
damn it, Rory.
It's so fucking good.
This game whips.
This game so much. God, I love you.
This is the best.
We open on the locker room. All of the roster is there except Ron at the moment. What are you all doing?
Did he just say the championship?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That's what Ash is doing right now. Shaking her head, looking at the monitor.
The cook is actually preparing a picnic.
Of course.
In the locker room. I don't know how, don't know why. He just is.
Oh, like laying out the blanket and that kind of.
Well, no.
picnic,
He's putting it all together into the picnic basket.
Oh,
So he's not
okay.
gonna
I
have
was
it in
so
there.
confused for a second.
But he's totally preparing a picnic basket inside of the locker
Okay.
room.
Ash will walk over and just look down and go, Cook?
Ash?
Why?
Oh, I have a date.
Oh, you know what? Good point. Stupid question. She just throws up her hands and walks away.
As you walk away, you just see like there's the entire kitchenette into the locker room.
I think Iconique and Carmela Davis are in the locker room, like preening and like chatting and like just hyping each other up. When the lights flicker, and they flicker again, and then from behind them as the lights like go out for 3 seconds, they come back up. Katrina is standing there with her like blood red eyes and her half skeleton makeup, just standing between the two of them, and she puts her face between the two of them and says, "What are you talking about?" And they like jump and scream. Right.
Why are you always gonna do that? That's like so terrifying. Like, seriously.
The sooner you get ready for the fact that death can come for you at any moment, the better off you'll be in the long run.
Like, that's good and everything, but like, you used to be way more fun. Like, seriously. Like, when you were like kind of about death, you were so much more fun. Now you're just like really creepy all the time.
Thanks. She like gives them both a little like, like past, from a couple inches away. She's
They
like,
shudder a tiny bit. They're like,
yeah, that's right. Just remember, the next time you walk into the ring, you can't walk in thinking you're going to be able to come out without a little something on your face. And she holds up a bloody hand, and she like gets real close with the finger, and then pulls it back. She's like, "I'm sorry, I gotta get ready." And she walks away.
literally, this is how you leave them all the time. Now they're just like, what has gotten into her? Seriously.
What's Olive Oil up to?
Yeah, what olive oil is? Olive oil usually is always like around the cook, helping him out. I think she's just sitting on a stool next to the kitchen, checking over a checklist on a clipboard. She always has a clipboard, and she's looking over it.
Okay.
Popping her gum.
From out of frame, I pluck the clipboard out of her hand, and the camera kind of swivels over to get us both in the shot. This is a lot of stuff, I notice. For his little...
Yeah,
for his little business that he does. I can't help but notice that the company pays for all of this.
Yeah.
I buy my own ring gear. What is this nonsense? We can't even get like decent working lights. We can't hire people to like. Our referee is like a 16-year-old, but this guy needs 130 pounds of bacon. Why? Why? To what end?
She flips through the clipboard a little bit more and she goes, and this is how much he brings in with that 130 pounds of bacon.
I could do better with 2 bottle rockets and a ramp than any of this. Let me just talk to you for a second. Woman, put my arm around her. Woman to woman. This cook guy, he's a waste of space, he's a waste of time, he's a waste of your time, and he is a waste of money. That's probably
I'm
a move.
assuming you're doing something.
That's probably a move.
I'm assuming that's a move.
I think that's cutting a promo.
Yeah, I think it's cutting a promo.
It's either cutting a promo or breaking kayfabe. I never know with her anymore.
I guess, what is your intent?
Yeah.
To talk shit about the cook, and talk myself up. So yeah, we'll call it cutting a promo.
Yeah, that's more cutting a promo, I think.
I have a look of -2. Which means that that's a 6.
Spend the momentum that you don't have?
I do, no, because when you start the session, depending on what your audience is at, you begin with some amount of momentum. I have 1 momentum I could spend to kick that up to a 7.
You could.
Which...
Get some heat.
Yeah. What is he? Does he top out at +3 or +4?
4.
Fantastic. I am going to spend.
Because when you work a match with someone that you have 4 heat with, you get audience.
Right. So that's okay. I'm going to burn the 1 momentum I get at the start of the session to get that up to a 7, and then I'm going to spend that to gain 1 heat with the subject of my promo, which puts me at +4 with the cook. So I'm just trying to push this feud a little more.
Yeah, there we go. I'm happy with that.
I'm giving her space here to react in case she wants to.
She just looks at you, gives you the up and down, and says, "Nice try, sugar," and just steps down and picks up the pieces of paper, puts them back on her clipboard, and goes back to what she's doing. She seems nonplussed.
You're backing a losing team. Don't say I didn't warn you. Keep on walking. Actually, no. Like as I go by, I pick up some small edible piece of the array of food that she's got set out for the cook. Like if there's like an apple or a carrot or something. There's a carrot. She just picks it up and it's like a raw carrot even. Just. She goes full McElroy. Just grabs a raw piece of food, bites into it, not really thinking, and then keeps walking. I meant to do that.
At least it's not a banana.
No. I wouldn't want to get a copyright strike.
Fair. This is what I was going to have Ron enter, but Ron seems to be dealing with. Oh, here comes Ron. Oh, Ron enters.
Ron enters.
Ron enters.
Ron enters. Perfect.
So Ron enters, being pushed in a wheelchair by Kimberly Price as the dog barks in the background. He is flanked on both sides behind him in full mascot regalia is Scruff McGruff and Smokey the Bear.
Okay.
Oh my god! Why?
This is the 90s.
I know, but why?
That's a larger question you're gonna have to ask the
He gets into the locker room, and I assume like the majority of people like turn and look.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody's.
And he puts up his fist to halt Kimberly, who like takes a second to actually stop pushing him.
Oh yeah.
He's like, no, stop.
Oh yeah.
My crutches. And Scruff McGruff brings over his crutches and helps him up. He has his leg in a cast. He's wearing a full neck brace. And he has a black eye. Despite a previous shot of him in the hospital, he did not have a black eye and he did not have a cast on his leg. And he hobbles over in front of pretty much the entire locker room. I will not forget what happened a couple weeks ago when everyone here turned their backs on greatness. I brought my friends here to keep an eye on me. Very clearly, we need to take a bite out of crime. And some fires need to be extinguished. Despite my injuries, which are intensive, I will compete tonight. He looks to Ash.
Who's looking very incredulous.
Yeah. Two weeks ago, you assaulted me with a potted plant. And ever since then, you've been walking around acting like you're Sabrina the teenage bitch. All this ends tonight. You're not Ash. Ash is bullshit. You're Phoenix. And just like always, Phoenix sucks. And then I like turn slowly to face the cook. I'm gone for 1 week. And you can't even retain your championship. So now I've got to go take it off of this freak. I thought you were better than that. I thought you were up to my level. But no, you're not. You're not even close. You spend all this time walking around cooking when maybe you should be spending more time at home watching Muzzy videos so you can master the English language. And then he turns.
That was such a deep pull. Oh my god.
And then he turns to Death Blossom and Vampirus. And you, cat. Terrible tragedy that you had to go and die in a tragic bus accident. This new, whatever this is so horrible. You used to be Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but now you're, I don't know, some vampire lair. I don't have time to deal with you tonight, but in the coming weeks, you'll get your chance. And I'll just end up killing you again. I know that I here stand alone as the only one in this locker room that has an ounce of goodwill in him. Everyone else here is garbage, is trash.
He has a crew with him. I have to emphasize that there are people standing next to him. Please continue.
No one can stand to the Prince of Fab. I'll await you all in the ring. And then he flexes his leg, and the cast just bursts.
Oh my god! I want to make you roll for that so bad.
So what I will say is that is a spot that I also did as Phoenix and totally blew my feat of strength roll.
It's
Yeah.
a narrative through line.
If you want to roll for it, that's what we rolled last time. But if not, if he just gets that, that's cool.
I mean, it's a promo.
Yeah, I feel like you're cutting a promo.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I feel like you're cutting a promo. This could be part of cutting the promo.
12.
Well,
So I'm going to take. So I get +1 momentum, and I get to pick one from the 7 and 9 list.
Mm-hmm.
You can add a stipulation to your grudge match. You can gain another momentum. You can gain 1 heat with all of the people in the locker room.
I'm gonna
Because
take. I'm gonna take the heat with everyone in the locker.
Because you
You're like the
literally
one
made
good guy in a
everyone
whole
the
promotion
subject
full of
of your
heels.
promo.
yes.
Shit.
Yes, this is great.
All right.
So good.
I want to do my call out here, I think.
Yeah, I like it.
So Katrina listens, and then she walks right up to Ron and gets right in his face.
In the background, there's Smokey the Bear and Scruff McGruff.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Just a little bit of Kimberly around all of that. Just a
Yep.
little bit.
Hiding in the background.
Yep.
She says, all right, Ron, you want to come in here and be a big man, flex your muscles, show that you can do more than just arm curls by popping off your leg cast. All right. I won't give you the satisfaction doing anything right now, but I can show you what's gonna happen in 1 week. And she's circling him. She walks over to one of the lockers. She opens it up. In 1 week, and she grabs Scruff McGruff, the guy in the Scruff McGruff costume, and lifts him up. She shoves him in the locker and slams it. You might take a bite out of crime, but I'm gonna take a bite out of you. She bares her teeth like slight fangs. And then she goes over to the Smokey the Bear, right? Well, you might have extinguished Phoenix one time, but now she's Ash. And unlike Ash, your friend here isn't going to be getting back up either. And she stuffs Smokey the Bear into a trash can.
Upside down, I'm assuming.
Upside
right?
down, right?
Yes.
Like a classic school bully
Yeah.
with the bare feet kicking in the air. You're going to burn. Whether that's in the fires below, or if I tap in diesel and we ignite you, I'll let you think about how you want to go out. But I'm not going to make it easy for you. I'm coming for you, Ron. And she walks out.
Vampires behind her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I help Smokey the Bear out of the trash can.
Sentence that has not been said in any role-playing game until this time.
And then Scruff McGruff out of the locker.
You heard it here, folks.
You bared your teeth at him. I think I've heard of this. It's all cops are food, I think is how it goes. Yeah.
I helped Smokey the Bear out of the trash can and Scruff McGruff out of the locker. Yep, there you go.
The 90s called. They want reimbursement.
I just can't believe you actually pulled Muzzy. Seriously.
Deepest cut.
That was so
That was
deep.
just
I was
Wow, we
I'm gonna
dug
play
deep.
a green furbolg linguist as my next D&D character.
yes. Anyway, sorry.
Yes, that's goblin they're speaking, and no, they're not goblins.
Wow. Anyway.
God.
Ugh.
Wow.
I love how you just call everyone trash in the locker room, and like as you're standing there, Iconic's like, excuse me. Like, I didn't do anything to you, number one. And number two, I am certainly not trash. Thank you very much. And she and Carmela just bolt. They're like, peace, and leave.
If you weren't trash, you wouldn't have let them take the tag team titles.
Whatever. Like, tag to the hand.
You really are clueless.
Oh.
Ron, you can't do that on television.
Oh, okay, we're going down a rabbit hole. Let's stop. All right.
That just
Okay.
says, it just like pokes a thumb at the mascot's like, you think Alistair's paying for them too? Whoever's standing next to her.
It's probably olive oil still.
Yeah.
Before the scene cuts,
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese walks in the back
What?
door
Seriously?
and goes, "Hey, Ron, I'm sorry for being late."
Cut. Gosh. Gross.
You didn't get a parking space.
I had to go valet.
I was surprised you didn't go like you didn't retrofit it and do like the Five Nights at Freddy's, whatever that was.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't remember. Whatever that one is. Anyway, it cuts. It cuts to the cook. Where's your kitchen normally set up? Because it's not normally set up in the locker room. It's
No,
not your
it's
normal
not.
setup.
Normally it's set up, and actually it's set up in the housewares department of the Walmart.
Oh, okay. So you have this whole like area that's like the housewares department.
Yeah,
Used
it
to
has, like,
be.
used to be. We rigged in a gas line so we can get the cooking, get all the stoves working and everything. And he's just there. And he's pretty much at this point he's getting himself ready for the match later today, later in the show. And he finishes setting up the picnic basket, and he kind of looks over at Olive Oil for a minute and says, "I'm doing the right thing, right?
About what, boss?
This promotion, everything.
Like, in what way?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel as if I'm moving away from here in some way. Like this is smaller."
Like, I know you've always talked about opening up your own, like, line of cooking stores and schools and stuff. Is that what you're talking about, boss? Like, just stopping this all together and moving on? Or is it a Chad that you're thinking of? And she kind of smells at you.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel as if either I'm getting too big for this promotion, or maybe I'm just out of touch.
Well, I can't speak for you, boss. It's got to be like whatever's important to you and what's on your heart. But I think you do good here.
Yeah.
Maybe you should change your thing. Just do what makes you happy.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
You don't always gotta be the bad guy, you know? Maybe you gotta change things up a bit.
Yeah. Maybe do some good for a change here.
Yeah. Okay, but tell me. Are you in, like, love?
Maybe.
Huh. Didn't think it could ever happen for you, boss. I'm proud.
I was surprised as well. Life has a funny way of working out. And now, if you excuse me, I gotta finish this souffle. It's actually getting done.
Oh, yeah, of course. And she goes back to her clipboard, and you see the things have been taped together on it. Like she's like taken Scotch tape and just taped it together very nicely and neatly around the edges.
Olive oil might be my favorite.
Yep.
She might be my favorite.
So you pulled up
She's
the
not at
souffle.
all put on based on anybody in any podcast that I ever listened to ever. Anyway, so Simon knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, okay. So, then the camera is going to open on, the ring. And I'm guessing that Ash is sitting in the middle of it again. Is that what she does now? Or are you gonna be somewhere else?
No, okay, is that what we're starting with then? Is that the...
Yeah, we're gonna, whatever you're doing to shoot your mouth off this time.
Okay,
You could be wherever you want. It's just in the ring wherever you are.
I think this time she's up on the turnbuckle. Just kind of like, she's got her butt up there, but she's still kind of like leaning forward, like on her, with her hands on her arms like on her knees, just kind of like looking around. Is where she's semi-perched, very relaxed on the turnbuckle. You want me to just go, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
do
I
your
wasn't
thing.
sure if you were trying to...
No, this is your ability to do whatever you want, and then I'll cut to something else, and then we'll cut back to the match.
Okay. My ability to do whatever I want.
Yeah. You're the anti-hero. You gotta have some time to shoot off your
No,
mouth.
I appreciate it. All right. Oh, I forgot my microphone. Oh, well. I forgot my microphone! If you could... It's just like... Is there anybody at the announcer table?
No.
Amazing. She just kind of like holds up a finger to the audience and like is like yelling, 1 second! What? Hang on. Drops down off of the ring, goes over to the announcer table, sits down at the announcer table, kicks her feet up, grabs the microphone. Much better. Everybody hear me in the back now? Everybody, you coming through good?
People like start screaming. They're like, yeah!
Yeah.
And then you could hear like, Ash!
Yeah, that's me. Thank you. You know, you wrestle a lot. Sometimes you forget things. You know, all the brain damage. Ron, for example, like, you know, thank you for reminding me of my name. Is what I'm saying there. Sorry, but Ron, for example, he, you know, he seems to have forgotten something. He's forgotten his place here, which is unfortunate. I don't know how he's gonna wrestle exactly as like a jigsaw of a man pieced together by blown up self-importance, impotent rage, and apparently people in animal costumes is what we're doing now. Hey, Alistair, you pay for those too? Because I can't help but feel like, you know, I'm noticing we have got a lot of new faces in the audience tonight. This is incredible. I just want to say, you know, this is a wonderful, you're a lovely crowd of people. So why am I not making any more money? Because I can't help but notice everybody's coming in. They're not here to see the king of, or the prince of fab, whatever his name is. Honestly, I've already forgotten. Again, those head injuries, they just really muzzy things up. Alistair, I don't know why Ron gets a match. He's beneath me. Why don't you put me in against somebody who matters around here? You know, we just had somebody come back from the dead. Not Ron, he's still buried, but, like, the zombie woman. Yeah, like, I could fight her. Or you've got a guy that's 400 pounds of muscle and 200 pounds of brain. I could fight that guy. I could fight you, Alistair, if you're not too scared of little old Phoenix. So scary. Well, see, I'm not gonna get a lot of answers out here. Even though I'm literally carrying this entire company on my back. Again, hi everyone, welcome. Sometimes we wrestle here. Hopefully you'll get to see some of that tonight. She sets the microphone back down on the to the table. And then just sits down and, like, closes her eyes.
And the camera moves to to Ron, sitting, I'm assuming, in the locker room where the weight room where you normally prep for your match, and you've been given a Jemison's meat stick.
Mm-hmm. When life has you down, you're beaten and battered, there's always one thing that keeps you going. Jemison's meat sticks. They're delicious. They're perfect for a pick-me-up on a hard day. But when you need a snack in the middle of rehab, Jemison's meats. It's what I eat.
I feel like I just need to ship you a whole package of them. And then we open back on the ring. And sitting at the announce table are Rory Cemetery and Benny Templeton.
Good to meet you, Benny. I'm Rory. I was gone last week. On vacation with my beautiful wife, Carmela.
Carmela Davis?
No. I mean, maybe.
He's currently not paying attention because he's fighting with the overlay. There we go. Rory Cemetery, pleasure to meet you. You know, I've heard good things. I've heard amazing things about the work you do. It's an amazing thing to finally make your acquaintance here at this wonderful, once humble establishment that you're a part of. You know, it's PWN. It's really growing in the wrestling world. It's fabulous to be here. It's fabulous to meet you. Getting dangerously close to just turning into Bernie Sanders. Jesus.
We must defeat the top 1% of wrestlers.
Oh, jeez.
All wrestlers should have free health care.
It does terrible things to your body. We need to take care of wrestlers' bodies, whoever they are, wherever they're from, instead of just the people at the top of the card.
So sorry. It's been a year, y'all.
Latina woman runs out in a power suit and starts yelling, "This promotion's going forward!"
So good. Oh yes, it's so good.
Fantastic to meet you, Rory.
We should have a pretty good match tonight as the team of the Cat and the Bat, as I'm calling them, is going to defend their tag team titles against a newly formed team of the Governor and Vince Rocketman King. What do you think about that new partnership?
Vince Rocketman King and the Governor. Never have I seen two overblown... Do you think there's really enough room in one ring for that much ego? I don't really think it's possible. You know, I haven't seen... No, please cut me off. Go ahead, you know. Go right ahead, Rory.
I think the only way that they could have more ego is if they had Ron Sterling in their stable.
This Ron Sterling guy, you know, I've heard a lot of talk. I've heard a lot of bluster. All I've seen is a lot of a man in a cast. But I'm looking forward to that match. But that's later on. Right now, Rory, we are talking about... It's gonna just keep slipping into him. We are talking about a tag team match. We're talking about a tag team match here. Sorry, they don't let me smoke in here. I'm getting really confused. It's a damn tragedy, but I hear music.
And you see...
I hear music.
And Rocketman King and the Governor step out, but they are not in their usual outfits. They are in slacks, but they're wearing American flag t-shirts and ties over the t-shirts. It's like a tie.
Rory, I gotta tell you, I give a vote of no confidence to those suits.
They do not look good. They look pretty awful.
And they strut out, and they are strutting, like full on, you know, like that man power strut that happens out to the ring. They're strutting out to the ring. And they get into the ring. And they just stand in the middle, like imposingly looking at either side of the ring. And then the music dies down, and the governor grabs the mic. And Vince also grabs the mic. They both have a mic, and the governor's like, I am appalled.
I imagine he's pointing as he's talking.
He's like, I am appalled by the disrespect and lack of morals that are found in PWN. What has happened to this promotion? And Vince is like, what happened to the days? It's like, what happened to the days when we were at the top of the heap, when we knew what to expect, when we had values and tradition to uphold? And the governor's like, yes, that is what I'm saying, Vince. We had values and families and an understanding of how things should be. And Vince is like, and this is what we now stand for. We now call ourselves, and both of them at the same time, which I can't do both voices. I'm sorry. I'm only one human being. Family values. And they just start strutting around the stage, just ranting.
Well, oh, go ahead.
No, you could go ahead. They're just
okay.
ranting.
Yep. Well, Benny, it surely is an interesting choice of the governor to take up a partner preaching about family values in Vince Rocketman King, a man who is sexually aggressive towards every woman he's ever met.
People call me a dinosaur. You know, I've met guys like this my entire life. Let me tell you, wrestling, not as the most progressive thing on the planet. Certainly not very progressive in my day. You know, you kept that kind of thing in the locker room. But I think it's a better, clearer, happier future that we've got right now. These guys, they're relics. They're fossils. And they're gonna get their asses kicked. Like, let's be real here. Look at this idiot.
I agree.
Thank you, Rory. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. He like claps Rory on the back. You're a good kid. I hear more music.
Yeah, so
I just used your music for their entrance. You can do it however you want.
okay. So the lighting in the stadium, because we've gotten some more money now.
Mm-hmm.
Lighting in the whole stadium turns red, like the bunch of red gels start sweeping over everything. There we go. And maybe somewhere like a wolf howl from the background comes out, some smoke, and out come Vampirus and Katrina Calavera. So Katrina's still got the half skull makeup. She's got a black leather jacket with a giant moon on the back of it, which is red and dripping with that kind of like comic booky, like gloopy filter on it. And Vampirus has, I think, the same jacket over her like dress. So they're trying to like match a little bit. So Katrina is all like black and red this time. Black jeans that are shredded up, black and red stomping combat boots, black and red halter top, and the wrapped bandages and stuff on her face, and of course the red eyes. So they too storm into the ring, and I'm gonna add a stipulation.
Okay, I like it.
Because this is, I think we all know how this is gonna go. My signature, I have a move called Not of This World. Pick or create a signature match stipulation. Whenever creative books you in a match, you can choose to add that stipulation, even if the match already has one, and you start the match with +2 momentum. My gimmick is it's a casket match.
Yep, I like it.
In addition to being a traditional pinfall, whatever.
So yeah. Interns behind you have rolled out 2 caskets.
Well, it's looking like Blood Moon's gonna put these absolute carcasses here with their backwards ideologies to death.
Yeah, it looks like a good old-fashioned casket match. We have not seen one of these since Mark Calloway faced Shawn Michaels at the other wrestling promotion.
That we're not allowed to talk about in this one.
I'm not familiar with them. You'll have to fill me in another time. You know, I get around a lot. I did once see a man bury 3 people in a single casket in a no-holds-barred match in Houston. I believe his name was Grave Man. Not the best promotion, but he had hot, Rory. He had hot.
A big thank you and a shout out and a love you to Midgardia for the raid. Thank you so much. We love you. You're the best.
I hear a bell.
Yes, that usually signifies the beginning of the match.
And you have control, Blood Moon.
All right. So we're gonna.
God, that's the best name.
We're gonna make this easy. I think I'm gonna use a new move that I just got. We're gonna build some drama here. So the opening sequence is just some classic, like, we go to grapple both members of Family Values. They like spin out of our grabs. There's a couple of like slugs that are exchanged, and finally we're like pressing each other around the ring, and then both Vampirus and Katrina like get a really good slug on both Vince and the Governor, so they're like, oh, a little stunned, and they do a Red Rover style thing where they grab both of their arms and they run and clothesline the 2 of them into the ground. They get back up, or they start to get back up, and Katrina, like, she's visibly angry this whole match, like maybe a little more than people might expect. And so these guys are wearing neckties, right? So they're on the ground. She straddles over both of them while they're on the ground and grabs the neckties and yanks backwards, like choking them. And I'm using a move called Shoot Kill from the Monster Playbook. When you really go after someone in or out of the ring, roll plus real.
Uh-oh.
So, like, we, the audience, might suspect something's up. But Katrina, whoever Katrina is outside of this promotion, hates these guys.
I mean, yeah, understandably and rightfully so.
Hates them.
They're the fucking worst.
Yeah. Whether or not that's actually their gimmick in real life, we don't know.
Yeah.
But she hates them. So I have a -1 to my real. Actually, when you make a move, I also have, you know it's fake, right? When making a move involving physically dominating an opponent to get what you want, roll plus power instead of the normal stat. I feel like that's applicable?
Yeah, I think that
Okay.
works. Yeah,
So I'm going to re-roll that with my +3 for power.
that makes sense.
I'm going to spend some momentum because I have a bunch.
I don't know what you rolled, but sure.
I got a 5.
Okay,
I have 6 momentum. I'm going to spend 5
make it a
to
10.
make it a 10.
Actually, no.
Can
I'll
I not
put,
do that?
No, I'll put you over to get that at least up to a 7 for sure.
Oh, a 7? Yeah, okay. And then I'll spend the 3 to get it to a 10. So I get +1 audience. So
But let Benny put you over.
yeah,
Oh,
Benny put me over.
Right. Rory, you know, the last time that I had to have something like, the last time I saw a woman strangling 2 men like that, it was in LA. There was a lot more money involved. But this out here, this is incredible. This is amazing, professional athleticism on a level I have not seen since that forgettable night in LA that I no longer wish to talk about.
Yeah. So Katrina's got both of them by the neck, and pulling them back, and like they're starting to go red. They're like tapping the mat. I think the 16-year-old kid that's the ref runs over and is like, "Get it off!" And she like growls and bites her teeth at him. And she leans close to both of them, and she's like, if I could, if I could bury you, I would." And she slams both of them against the mat, and gets up. From there, as they're like breathing, she like walks around. She's like a bull, kind of caged up. She and Vampirus, I think, climb up on top of the opposite ends of the turnbuckles, and go for like elbow drops. And as they're slammed in, I think that's when Katrina picks up, let's say, Rocket Man, and goes to hurl him from the ring into the casket.
Mm-hmm.
That's a feat of strength or just wrestling?
That might just be
I feel like it's
wrestling.
wrestling.
I think it's wrestling.
Feels like wrestling,
Alright.
but like rolling plus power to me, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rocket Man appropriately taking flight.
And that's a 10.
Yep. All right. That seems right.
Yep, sounds right. So I'll take +1 heat with both of them.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yep. So he's in
The casket.
the casket,
Okay.
and like maybe like trying to get out.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard. Oh.
And then Vampirus goes to like lock the governor up in an armbar
Mm-hmm.
while he's on the ground, to pin him. He taps out. Katrina looks back at him and sees that Vampirus is struggling. The governor slugs her, like really gets like an uppercut, and she falls backwards and like goes completely limp. Katrina sees that and stomps like slowly, like boom, 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 boom. The governor is like, whatever, you're not scared. You're not scary. Slam. She goes like this, cracks her head back.
Oh,
He's like,
so good.
slam.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that, Rory.
She cracks
No.
her head back. And I think she like gets real close and goes, boo. Like,
And he
he's
falls
like,
back.
right. He starts to go back against the ropes, and she alley-oops him, like flips him overward.
Into the
Yeah.
casket. Nice.
Which feels like I'm showcasing my gimmick.
I think so, yeah.
Yes, 100%.
But here's a question for the class. Do we think that also counts as physically dominating an opponent to get what
Yes.
I want?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
which
your
case?
gimmick. Your thing is using your power, so I don't have a problem with you rolling power for that.
Yeah.
Sometimes move snowball.
And I'll spend the rest of my momentum
Okay.
to make that a 10 again. And take another heat with them.
Nice.
Benny.
Does that count as the finishing move?
It can.
No.
You can finish
Can it?
this. Yeah, this can count.
I
as your
feel like
finisher.
we can finish it off from there.
Yeah. You were booked to win anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
How do you finish this? They're both in the caskets. The
Right.
coffins. Yeah.
So I think Vampirus and Katrina go under the ring where there are chains and like hammers and nails, and they toss those off to the side. The two Vince, both members of Family Values, Vince and the governor, like start to get up, like, no, like you can't do this. And both of them Katrina and Vampirus just like slug them back into the coffins. They fall down. We slam the lids and then just pound the nails into the corners and throw chains over them and drag them up, and then like snap for people to come over and take them off the the ramp.
Nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. And
the dice say an 11, so I get another audience for that.
nice.
Unbelievable. We barely had time to sit down to say 2 words about this match. I haven't seen something go that fast since Ontario, where Speedy McQueen and Flashy Too Smashy met together for a whopping 10-second bout. That was incredible.
Who came out on top in that? Was that Flash Too Spashy?
Flashy Too Smashy, it was hard to tell. The two ran at each other. There was some kind of explosion of light. At that point, they were both just gone. They called it a no contest, but that's not what we're talking about here today. We are talking about the incredible Blood Moon taking it over some asshole in a suit, and his friend asshole also in a suit. Just phenomenal, phenomenal work.
It seems like they have met the end of family values.
You know, Roy, I've been reading this incredible... Have you heard of the Patriarchy? I've been reading this amazing book.
No, you can keep going, but that's a great place to head.
Benny's a solid dude.
I like Benny. I like Benny.
Benny's an ally.
Yes, Benny is absolutely an ally.
Benny.
He's trying.
Benny makes me happy. We head back to the locker room, where the cook is standing in front of his kitchen. What are you hawking today?
Today's
The cook's own what?
The cook's own. It's going to be a. You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be a line of cleaning products for the kitchen and the home.
There you go. Have that.
Sometimes you gotta clean the kitchen. Sometimes you gotta clean the home. And here, you got Cook's Own cleaning products. For the messiest of kitchens and for the dirtiest of homes. Cook's Own. What are you cooking with?
Hopefully not cleaning products.
Not dish soap, I hope.
Just sprays a bunch of dish soap into a pan.
We're gonna let this come up to temperature, and then we're gonna add our aromatics.
Yeah.
Dish soap.
And then we're gonna scrub it clean.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and then I just want to go to the locker room of. I just want to get quick snippets of both Ash and Ron preparing for the fight. I just want to see like a little bit of how each of you are preparing for the fight.
So Ron is in the weight room. He's standing next to a heavy bag, and he's like jabbing and punching.
Who's holding it?
Scruff McGruff is holding it for him. And then behind him, with like trainers' towels around their necks, are Smokey the Bear and Chuck E. Cheese. And they're giving him pointers on what to do, like totally like miming everything. It seems like at this point, like this is a pre-planned like contractual thing that Alistair set up with these other corporations to try and get like youth involved.
And money.
And money, yeah.
The left jab, Ron, the left jab. Buy my pizza.
God.
Tastes like cardboard. It's crab.
Also,
What does
the
Ash do?
animatronics are scary as heck.
Seriously, they were so scary.
I'm a better cook than the cook.
Spark. I don't know, because I'm so brain fucked. She's on the phone, very animatedly talking. It was just, here we go. Here's a phone. Why are you wasting? Alice, she's just like yelling at Alistair, like, why are you wasting my time with this nonsense, with this has-been? Why aren't you, pushing me up against a real challenge, somebody with some actual star power? Why are you continuing to chain this promotion that is finally growing, thanks to me, to this dead horse you can't stop beating? Just like that kind of a conversation. Yelling
I
at
wonder
Alistair,
if she's
who's not
even
here.
talking to Alistair, or is just too. No. This is my favorite. So this is my favorite. It's you just yelling at Alistair on the phone, and then it's just like lights up on the office, and it's just to the answering machine. You see that? I think it's the best because he doesn't want to hear it right now. He's such an asshole.
Is
So he's
he
like,
in
it's
the
just
office, or is the office empty?
no. He's in the office smoking a cigar at his desk while the answering machine is playing. So he's listening. He's just not talking to you.
Beautiful.
And that is where we will go to break. That's a perfect place to break. All right, friends. Thank you for joining us. I want to say a huge shout out to our amazing, awesome, I think it's $10 Patreon sponsors. Nerdy Teddy, Capjack, Diego, and Michelle. Thank you so much for your support on the channel. We really appreciate you and all that you do. Also, a shout out to our sponsor, Roll20. They help us run the sound for this game. And I run all of that music so you can hear it and the team can hear it for the game. So thanks out to Roll20. You can go and check them out and sign up for a, I don't know, a free trial. I don't know.
Free account.
Free account. Thank you.
account.
I can never remember because my brain
Head
goes
up-
halfway
Head over
through.
to roll20.net/start/WTTP to get started on your free account today, where you too can play fun sound effects at your friends on the internet, because let's face it, you're not allowed to go talk to them right now.
Yep. Social distancing. All right. Check out these awesome messages and we will be right back after the break. See you all later.
Today. If you get a second during break, you should check out one of our amazing sponsors. We're now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the best virtual tabletop for all your role-playing needs. Over 4 million people use Roll20's virtual tabletop to power their favorite games. And with more modules than you can shake a stick at on their new revamped storefront, you'll definitely find something for your group to enjoy. Sign up today by clicking the link below or heading to roll20.net/start/WTTP. Tabletop Loot is an amazing place to get your dice bags, dice boxes, and more. And now you can get 15% off your purchase at tabletoploot.com by using the code WTTPDICE at checkout. Tabletop Loot. Your party starts here. While you're at it, check out our so awesome merch store, So Nerdware. So Nerdware is the place to find all your Welcome to the Party merch and other amazing stuff too. Head on over to sonerdware.com and use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. So Nerdware. It's what the nerds wear. Devin Rue, the amazing mistress of maps, has kindly supported the channel since the beginning and provides graphics for many of our streams. Head on over to rueinc.com to check out some of the best fantasy cartography on the web. Our Patreon supports the creators and producers of the channel by providing Roll20 subscriptions, cost coverage for video hosting, and more. If you want to support the channel while getting podcasts a week early, gaming articles that are published on Patreon first, a shout out during our break, and more, head on over to patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg and throw us a buck or $5. And last, but certainly not least, help out the party. Subs and bits not only support the stream, but also every 500 bits or a tier 1 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a reroll or system equivalent, and every 1000 bits or tier 2 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a crit or system equivalent. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. The game will be back in just a few minutes.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
everybody, we're back! Yay! With more wrestling action and fun. Woo! We left off right about the time when we are ready to. I'm hitting the wrong things.
See, it's not just me. See?
to
Pretty lash at me.
see Ron Sterling and Ash face off in a grudge match. Dun, 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 dun. Sitting behind the announcer's table are Johnny Wong and Ramiro Rudioso as the camera opens on the ring and pans over. The camera pans, my friends. We have what appears to be some kind of Steadicam situation where it pans and it's not all everywhere.
I say we have a tripod. We bought a tripod and maybe a short dolly.
Yep, we have a short dolly.
We do some trucking shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, truck shots.
To Ramiro and Johnny sitting behind the announcer's table.
Well, Ramiro, looks like we will be having quite the match today.
That's the understatement of the century, Johnny. PWN presents Slaughter. We're looking at Ash up against former partner Ron Sterling, the Prince of Fab. And we're going to see just exactly how much work Ron was able to put into his body and his physique while laid up in the hospital. I heard tell that he's got legs of steel that are capable of shattering the hardest of plasters, and we'll see exactly whether or not he's going to be able to bring those legs to bear in the match, or if it's going to just be Ash's new brand of real talk and hard-hitting ringside journalism that's going to bring victory to the day. But honestly, it's really anybody's match out here.
I agree. It's going to be fascinating. And most importantly, sparks will fly, so please wear proper eye gear today. And I broke everyone.
Oh, the lights are changing. The lights are changing. Yes.
As the music builds, Ron comes out. He's walking under his own power, again flanked by the trio of mascots. The ring announcer introduces Ron Sterling, being accompanied by the Children's Coalition of Good Deeds.
Is it do-gooders?
Do-gooders.
Do-gooders.
Yeah. He's
COD? COD.
He struts down to the ring, still in his neck brace, but no longer having a black eye or the cast on his leg. He gets into the ring and he gets up onto one of the turnbuckles facing out the crowd, and he climbs all the way up to the top, puts his arms out, and falls back into the mascots who catch him and then lift him up.
What is your audience at right now?
My audience is currently at 2.
They get pretty excited to see you.
What a triumphant return, rising from the jaws of pain and destruction. Ron is here to show us that just because somebody smashes a potted plant over his head, you just can't keep a good man down.
No, you
Ron,
can't.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, no, you can't, Ramiro. And it looks like Ron has returned with the forces of good at his tail.
Jackie, heads up, you're a little quiet.
Ron will take off his neck brace and hand it to the mascots who are now outside the ring.
Do you have just like the mascots as your managers right now? Is this like a thing?
Kind of.
Kinda. Okay. They're just in your corner. I like
Yep.
it. Good.
Ash steps out into our little crappy ramp.
It's a little bit better.
she's wearing. We'll say that like normally like Benny has like a little like hat that he wears. She's currently wearing Benny's hat. She's very crudely jammed a piece of paper in there that says press as she kind of like walks down the ramp. As she's passing the announcer table, she just very like in one swift motion just walks by, grabs one of the microphones and carries it with her. Makes her way up onto the apron. Puts a foot up onto like the bottom rope and kind of leans onto the top rope. Well. If it isn't the Prince of Flab.
He's just straight up glistening.
She's trying, right? There a reason you've got your little cartoon gang here today? To get your back? Is it in case I need to carry you away in 3 separate pieces after I finish breaking you apart again? Please, the people want to know, Ron.
They are here as part of a multi-$1,000 sponsorship agreement.
$multi-$1,000.
A multi-dollar agreement.
So low rent.
5 whole bucks was spent on this partnership.
10,000 whole dollars.
You see, when you smashed that potted plant against the back of my head, children everywhere were afraid. I read hundreds of letters from all of the children from Vancouver Public Elementary.
You heard it here
who
today,
wrote to me.
folks. Ron can read. We have confirmation. Ron is literate. Amazing. Please go on.
They were very worried about my well-being. And I wrote back to each and every single one of them to let them know that I would be okay and return to the ring. And when Charles Cheese heard of my good deed, he got a couple of his friends and wanted to help me come back in style. And I graciously accepted.
Okay, so if you're gonna come back in style, when does that part happen? When does that happen? Because should we expect that soon, or?
There's just a small kid from the front row. It's like, we love you, Ron Sterling.
I just look at the kid and go, never give up.
Oh my God, when did Ron Sterling turn into John Cena?
When you made him the only face.
I did not make him the only face.
Fate made you the only face. Some people are born to faceness. Some people have faceness thrust upon them.
Look, Phoenix.
Go on.
Oh.
This new persona of yours, it's fascinating, really. But Dwayne called and he wants his gimmick back.
That's good. That's very good. A pity you can't wrestle, or pity you don't wrestle the way you shoot your mouth off. And like, I dropped the microphone and like deck him.
And there's some of that signature disrespect. Oh, by God, the bell hasn't even run, and Ash is already coming out the gate swinging.
Okay, Ash, you have control since you started this shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think she just like pops Ron, in the nose. Microphones go flying, and then she like pulls up and like leaps over the ropes, and it's just like while he's reeling, it's just like, kick to the gut, and then kind of runs in to like tackle him about the waist and just do like a backdrop onto him, just going in super hard and super fast, just trying to catch Ron off guard. Yeah, that's Does it feel like work? Because
Yeah.
that feels like wrestle. That's just
Yeah,
me
that's
doing
just
the
wrestle.
wrestling thing.
That's
Just wrestling.
Just wrestle.
Just doing some wrestling. Oh, your connection to the server has been interrupted.
Yeah, I got the same thing for roll 22, so we'll see what
Okay.
happens.
So roll 20's being a little glitchy. The music may get a little honky dunky. So we'll see how that goes.
Sorry.
Honky donkey.
Beyond our
Donkey.
control, folks. Oh man, come on though. Wait, it's a 5. Okay, no, that is a 7. That is a 7. Thank God my work is +2. I need to find the move. Here we go. On a 7 to 9, you hit it pretty well. Pick 1. I'm gonna give my opponent control and take +1 momentum. Because I have none.
So Ron like takes these hits and pushes Phoenix off, and then pushes Ash.
Just so much disrespect. Oh.
I hit your head harder than I realized.
He grabs the top rope, and then like Ultimate Warriors for a second, like shaking it up and down really quick. And when he finally turns around and just lunges at Ash and delivers a clothesline.
Nice. I would assume
Nice
that's a
little
word.
package.
That's gonna be a 10.
Nice.
So with a 10,
You can gain 2 momentum or heat.
And you retain
I
control.
will take the 2 momentum.
Because what heat are you at?
I believe we're at 4.
Oh, my heat with you is goose egg, Ron.
Oh,
That's why
Sounds like
she's
you
like,
better change that.
she feels like nah. I'm over Ron.
I'm just over you. I ended you. So
Yeah.
with her on the ground, he's going to pull her back up to her feet, and then is going to kick her in the stomach so that she like hunches over, and then he's going to hit her with a stunner, which is a move that he's never done before.
Ooh, a stunner.
Woohoo.
And I'm going to use the 2 momentum that I just got to make it a 7.
Okay.
That's right, Ron. Get all the help you can with your fancy DDT.
Looks like Ron has learned some new tricks while in intensive care.
That doesn't make any sense. I also don't know how he wrote every child back while he was like in an ICU bed. I wasn't gonna say anything then, but whatever.
I'm going to take the momentum and seed control to
Okay.
Ash.
Yeah. No, Ash goes down hard. And is like writhing around on the ring. I think as Ron yeah, like maybe like we're over there by like the ropes or something, and he like grabs onto him and just starts like boom, just like kicking and kicking over and over again while she's like on the ground, just getting the absolute tar beat out of her. Until eventually like she kind of rolls onto her back and grabs one of the legs and like pulls him to the ground with her. And she like tries, like they kind of like scramble for a bit on the ground, and she's like trying to get him in an arm lock. That's no good. She's trying to get him in his leg, but his legs are so powerful. Oh jeez, and she just can't quite. Like she's holding onto it, and he just like kicks, and she like rolls halfway across the mat. And the two of them like stand back up and kind of start circling each other around the ring. Well, I think for a second about what they should do next. Imagining.
No, I gotta say, it's incredible to see how all these years of pent-up aggression are finally coming to a head. Really, I think everyone here is salivating and chomping at the bit to see exactly how this whole thing is going to turn out.
Yes, indeed, and one does wonder if this entire fight will indeed turn from a battle of friends to bitter rivals and possibly become a tragedy.
And I think, like, as we're circling, we're getting, like, closer and closer until we're, like, just about in arm's reach of each other. And then we kind of go in and we, like, lock up. And Ash goes to Irish whip Steerling into the turnbuckle. But, like, he totally, like, grabs her and, like, just pivots because he's just a bigger, stronger dude. and like flings her into the ropes instead. And she comes bouncing back, and like as she's flying at him, it's just like this one-handed just whoop, up and over like hip toss, just boom, and she hits the mat, and again just goes rolling to the other side of the mat. I don't know what I'm rolling on that one.
You can either roll heat, or you can roll work. I think those are the best options for that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess fuck it, we'll roll heat because that's fun. We'll say that was trying to execute a memorable sequence, like this stare down. My heat is +0. This should be fun. That is an 8. So, I'm gonna take another momentum and seed control the match. Bring me up to a whopping 2 momentum. Yay! I can do things with that.
Ron will take a minute and kind of like shake out his arms a little bit. He's obviously got a little bit of ring rust, having been in the ICU. He will in the ICU.
Biggest possible air quotes.
Yeah. He kind of looks through the crowd a little bit and then begins to start clapping. You know how like wrestlers do to like get the audience behind.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
they're
definitely
into it, and they're starting to yell, "This is awesome!"
Oh, wow, that's high praise.
I mean, this is a pretty good match. You guys are like going back and forth, and you're like, it's a good match.
So Ron plays up to the crowd, and then as Ash gets back up onto their feet, he's gonna hit him with a super kick.
Nice.
So I got a 7. So I'm gonna take the momentum and give control back.
Yeah. Ash catches the super kick square in the jaw as she's coming up, and just slumps over the ropes, like just as she reels back from it. And I think like Ron kind of backs up for a second, like, you know, it's like, come on, get back off the ropes and come fight me. And she's just like dazed, looking at like out into the audience, kind of like catch her focus a little bit. And she stays there like slumped a little too long, and Ron's just kind of getting impatient, like, we're gonna wrestle or what? Come on, let's go, come on. And like he goes over, and as he's going back over to like, you know, pull her off, like, hey, let's get this fight going back again. She then like braces herself against the ropes and like does this donkey kick straight to his jaw as well, just like knocking him back, like, oh no, yeah, you want to see what a kick looks like, and just boom right back at him. And I'm gonna roll to wrestle. That's what I'm gonna do. It's creative. What do you want for that one? Does that work?
I think that work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
When you say roll to wrestle, I just assume you're saying roll to work, because that's what Ash does mostly.
Mostly, but I don't know. I'm trying to keep creative involved. That is a 7. What's the other option though? Okay, it's just retain control and transition to the next sequence. Which I think is what I'm gonna do. Is while Ron is kind of stumbling from that, she kind of like struts over, and is just like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I know, no headshots. I completely forgot that you've got a concussion. Ron, tell me, how many fingers am I holding up?"
Okay, you're doing something. This is some kind of other move that's not wrestling. Please tell me. Are you trying to gain heat with Ron? Are you trying to break kayfabe? I feel like you're trying to like cut a promo in the middle of a match, where you're trying to like push your heat up higher with Ron.
This could be work the audience.
It could be work the audience.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's working the audience,
Yeah,
if anything.
that works for me.
Okay. because I am sympathetic when I roll to work the audience, I roll plus work. Yay!
You want them to cheer or jeer at you.
Okay, that's an 11.
I mean,
Baby.
granted,
Gain 2
granted,
momentum. Excellent.
they're like, ooh, you know, they're not gonna be like, yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like, ooh. But yeah.
And then, let's see, I'm trying to think of what she wants to do next. So I suddenly looked like, oh right, I've got all these other moves that are part of my playbook. I've got playbook moves, but they're not really coming in here. So instead, I think I'm actually gonna burn 2 of my momentum to invoke one of the heal moves.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I'm going to get out of a match I've been booked in. If as long as that isn't
Are you just gonna bail on this match?
Cause yeah, like I'm gonna at that point, like Ash goes over, like while Ron's kind of like holding his head, cause you know like clocked him in the head again. He's just kind of like, oh god, oh. She's gonna go over to the referee and just start like pointing at him and like shaking her head and like very clearly miming like, he can't fight, he can't even fight. What am I even doing here, wasting my time? That guy's got a fucking concussion or a concussion. So again, we're live at this point, so. Oh, shit.
And there's the bell. The bell. But Ron, Ash,
I'm perplexed as you are.
Oh, that's such a
Romero.
good pull of that move, though, you asshole.
well, it certainly seems as though everybody in the ring is just as stunned as we are. But it appears that Ash is calling on Ron's existing medical state that it simply is not responsible for him to stay fighting right now. And indeed, we've seen, despite some incredible moves and some impressive performance, the ref, it looks like he agrees that Ron really should be resting and recovering, that he's just not ready. It's really disappointing, I think, for everybody here, because clearly the audience is out for blood and ready to see these two juggernauts really settle their differences. But it looks like we're going to have to wait until maybe next week to see exactly how that feud is going to plan out.
I scoop up one of the microphones and like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go for
I
it.
scoop up one of the microphones and just go back over to where Ron is and just kind of like lean in and go, come back when you're cleared to fight, Ronald. It's just kind of saunter out of the, just walk out of the rings.
I think
Little wave to the cartoon characters.
I think you both gain a heat for that. That's just such a
Sense.
Mm-hmm.
shady fucking way to end a match.
No, I want to retcon something. I realized what I should have said.
Oh.
That's not what she said. She leans down to Ron and goes, now who's the bitch?
Oh, yeah.
That's how she walks out of the ring.
Can that also constitute as additional cheap heat? Because that's just...
That is cheap heat. If you want to take that,
Sure,
that is cheap
I'll
heat.
take a third momentum. I don't know if she'll use it the rest of the session. But...
And then thank you so much, Gerald, for us all for hosting the stream. We really appreciate it. We love you so much. Thanks. Ash just called the match on a super heel move by being a dick. So good times for all. Didn't even win.
Victory.
There was no victory. It was just dickness. Just total dickness.
After a minute or so, Ron will like shake his head and will stand up, go over with the ref and do like the normal like pleading thing, like I'm good to fight. I'm good to fight. What are
and
you doing?
the ref just like literally points at this little 16-year-old kid is like pointing at his ear like, and then points at like some room up in the corner. It's not like the main office would be above the lights or anything. It's some room off in the corner where Alistair is. Points is like, I can't.
Give me a mic. Give me a mic. And
like the little like the tech kid runs up with a mic.
Yeah. All right, Phoenix. As normal, running from your problem. Can't fight me in an actual match. You're gonna say that I'm hurt. That's That's BS, and you know it. You know what? Put me in another match tonight. What's next? The championship match? Alistair, I want in. The surgeon, the cook, I'll take them both on.
This is what I forgot to do. I forgot to get Alistair's music. God damn it. Okay, anyway, just think of some like super over the top music. I will have Alistair music.
No chance. You got no chance in hell.
No chance in hell. Whatever the music is. And then you just get, and I just want to remind you, Alistair was like, you know, kind of like older. I gotta pull it up so I get it right. I don't want to get it wrong. Is a little slightly overweight, but it pretty much in good shape. Kind of tall, pale skin, copper hair, brown eyes. His hair is worn swept forward and waxed into place. So you can kind of tell he's kind of, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Has a lazy eye. And when he walks in, he does that, you know, walk. I'm not getting this from anything. Nope. And he walks and he grabs the mic and he's like, yeah, Ron, fine. You deserve it. Three-way match for the title. You, the cook, the surgeon. Today. Next. You got it.
I just nod and then throw my mic down.
And he just leaves like this.
So far
It's just,
tonight,
he just walks so gross. I can't ever. Every time I see it, I'm like, ugh.
It's really upsetting. So far tonight, we had a squash match, and then a match that was just called in the middle of it, like smack in the middle of the match.
But that is so perfectly the anti-hero bullshit.
Yeah. This guy's not
So
medically
good.
cleared. I can't beat up a dude who's can't even fight. No.
My God, Johnny, it sure looks like even if Ash has managed to convince the ref that Ron is in no fighting condition, Alistair himself doesn't seem to agree. And as we all know, whatever comes from the top is the way that things are going to be. So we'll see whether or not Ron actually is ready to fight, or if he's just going to go back right into the ICU where he's been for the last 8 days. We'll find out coming up shortly.
Yes, we will. We will find out in the next segment. This will be most riveting. And also, please stay tuned.
You're so boring.
You're welcome.
Somebody forgot to plug in Johnny.
Johnny
Low
needs to be like
charge.
charged, dude.
Someone has to be the straight man in this
Yeah, it's
promotion.
good. It's good.
Next week, we're going to have Johnny Wong do a bump of cocaine before we go live.
It's gonna
Wow,
be him as
Johnny
normal,
on
but his eyes will be
cocaine.
really wide, but he's still just as monotone.
Yeah.
Eating food. You've got backstage Ash and a young woman, kind of like curly red hair, a little shorter than normal. So Ash, you called the match. What happened?
I didn't call the match, so you gotta understand. I was just pointing out what is actually happening out there, like I always have to. You know, in fact, she's got the stupid hat back on again with the crummy little press thing, just like I always have to do around here because nobody's paying attention to what's going on. I was just telling the truth about a man who, like, we had 2 people come back from the dead, and the one who actually died in an explosion was in better shape than the Prince of Flab out there. That man should not be fighting.
It doesn't seem that Alistair McCormick, president of this promotion, seemed to have any problem with Ron fighting tonight, as he's been booked in the championship, AAA Mega Championship title match for later tonight. How do you feel about that, Ash?
I feel like if Alistair wants to murder a man, that's on his conscience, not mine. I'm not gonna act as his little hitman. I'm not gonna be his little personal assassin just because he wants to kill Ron Steerling for whatever reason. If Ron wants to take his life into his own hands against an idiot with a frying pan, and who's even who's the third one?
The surgeon, the champion.
That creepy weirdo, whatever their deal is. What even is that gimmick? What is that gimmick? You're like Silver.
And they're literally sitting up on top of the
Yeah.
lockers again, doing their thing that
And I
they're
just look up,
always
like,
doing.
What do you do? I've never even seen you, like, you should have like a stethoscope or something. You need to. Yeah, see, it's just this. It's just always whatever. If Ron wants to get fed into that meat grinder. That's not on my conscience, all right? But I'm not gonna sit here and murder somebody.
Do you feel upset because you're being passed over for the AAA Mega Championship and Ron is getting pushed right to the top?
I push past the cameraman and walk away. Push the camera out of the way and walk off. Interview's over.
What is Katrina doing right now?
Oh gosh.
I was just noticing that I should be at 4 audience.
Oh, hey.
I worked a match with Vampirus, who I have 4 heat with.
Oh yeah, you should be at 4 audience then.
Yeah.
Don't
So
forget that.
everybody else that's at 4 goes down to 3 if they weren't already. Yeah. So, in light of that, gosh, what is Katrina doing? I think Katrina is in the steam tunnels that we saw before.
Oh yeah, I love that this is a new place.
She's like carving out this like as her like sanctum sanctorum. She's got a little shrine set up that's got like candles, like red wax candles of varying sizes, and prayer candles, the tall glass ones with the pictures of the saints on them that are burning down. And there's like pictures of her and Vampirus, some of the old photos that have like, some of them have been singed because they were in her suitcase when the bus exploded. So they're kind of nested around. And then in the center, there is a picture of Ron like flexing with an arm, doing an arm curl with a weight in his arm. Except that she's crossed out his eyes in Sharpie, and the frame is like got a skeleton motif, like bone and like a skull on top. And she's kneeling in front of the shrine, like, surrounded by incense and things.
Sponsored by Planet Halloween.
Spirit Halloween.
Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, anything. I think that spirit might be a local thing for me. Dark powers, give me the strength I need to destroy Ron Steerling, the Prince of Fab. He once decided that he could claim my title, my reputation. I feel he sent me on my way and took my honor from me that day in the ring. And though he may not have been driving the bus when it ran off the road and exploded, I hold him responsible for putting his foot on the accelerator. So please, whatever dark powers are listening, give me the strength I need to bury him. And if necessary, I'll take his soul with me.
The candles flare.
Yeah, they do. They totally do.
Someone's got like a little desk fan that just blows and wiggles them a little bit. Yeah.
I told you, we have a little more budget now.
Yeah.
It's a little bit better than just like super low rate. It's a little bit better.
There's a grip somewhere with like a hand fan that goes like this really quickly and makes the candles go.
Yeah.
It's like a cheap telenovela instead of backyard wrestling.
Totally, exactly. We're getting a little bit better. That's so good. And then the camera face.
Just a moment, folks. She'll be right back.
Yep.
I just
love
love that you have
in Spanish.
I'm sorry, there's a shrine. You have a shrine with a picture of Ron, like some.
When the light changes.
I just don't expect that. I should expect it, but I don't. All right. The cook. What are you doing?
He's actually gonna go and find Ron.
Ron is currently standing in the back around a card table, and he is playing Go Fish with the 3 mascots.
God damn it!
It's the
Do you
best.
have any sevens?
Smurf,
Do you have any sevens?
Which I will remind everyone is McGruff. friggin' Smokey
And Chuck E. Cheese.
Charles
And Chuck E.
von
Cheese.
Cheesenstein.
Do you have any sevens?
Oh.
I'm all
Only
at
you
sevens.
could give me a 2.
Go fish.
So the cook enters in. Ron,
The cook.
I heard you're going to be in the championship match tonight. What are you thinking?
Think I'm gonna win.
You sure? You look like you were having a hard time out there with Ash.
Oh, you mean the match that she called? That she didn't want to fight? I was ready to go. I don't care. I'll fight concussed.
Oh, please don't say that. Makes me have sad thoughts about other people.
Oh, buddy.
Look, Ron. I want to have an honest match with you. One day. But this ain't right.
You've never once wanted to have an honest match with me. Why start now? It's always the gimmick with you. The frying pans. The cook's own salad dressing, and he holds up a bottle.
Are you eating salad while playing Go Fish?
Yeah. I get it. But I need to do this. I need to prove that I'm good enough.
Cost? At what cost, though, Ron? Your life? Is your life worth that?
I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to work hard. I need to win this championship. All these kids, they're counting on me. I can't back down now.
For the kids? Ron, is that who you'll do it for?
For the kids. Plus, next week, Alistair's working on a new cross promotion.
Oh, yeah.
Would be tag teaming with Super Grover.
It's gonna fucking happen now. That's so good. Happening now. That's the best thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Put it directly into my veins.
Oh.
Here. Oh my god.
Stop this train. I want to get off.
Oh my god. Why? Oh.
Well, look at it this way, Ron. I respect what you're trying to do, but I just don't want to see you actually get hurt.
If you don't want me to get hurt, then leave the frying pans backstage this time.
I will. I think we're cutting a promo.
I think you are.
Sometimes you still get so caught up, you just like forget, like, oh, right, dice.
I won't lie, we really do get caught up in it.
What am I doing right now?
A role-playing game? What?
Yeah.
I have to roll dice?
Oh wow, that was nice. I rolled a 10.
You're gonna get momentum, and you can pick one of the 7 to 9 list.
I think I will build some heat up with Ron, just because Ron and I haven't had too much. I lost a lot of heat with Ron for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just build up some heat there, so we're back. So at least he and I will have +3 now.
Okay, cool.
No problem, Ron. I'll leave the frying pans behind in the kitchen where they belong. And I'll see you in the ring. And he walks out.
You have any fours?
Go fish. I can't do scrap. I can't do it. I've never been able to. I've always wanted to and couldn't. Like,
Go fish.
Go fish.
Take a bite out of crime.
Crime. I take a bite out of the kings.
And
Go fish,
literally,
take a bite
And this Jamison's meat stick.
yeah, that
It's like going to the
Scruff
neck.
McGruff is really eating a Jamison's meat stick.
Because like the mouth would be up here, but like the person would be down here, so it's
Yeah,
just like up
so
into
it's
the
like-
neck slot.
No, it's through the mouth, but it's angled like this.
Yep.
He's got his
All
whole
right.
fist out.
Fucking Scruff McGruff is deep throating a fucking meat stick.
Ouroboros.
This is that family values that we really are portraying here on.
Oh man.
Oh, they're assholes. Gotta hate them. All right.
TVNA.
And then we just get a small shot of the surgeon on top of the lockers, just looking at a picture of the Chad. And it just says, and there's like, writes like a note. Believe it, like, doing this for you, the Chad. That's all it says. And no, because they don't talk.
They communicated though.
Doing this for you, the Chad. And then it just like to the ring. Back in the ring. Behind the desk
Get in the ring.
are Ramiro and Benny.
There we go.
Welcome back, wrestling fans. It's been a hell of a day here at PWN Presents Slaughter. Just a hell of a
Hell of a
day. Benny, I see you're missing your hat.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
One of the amazing performers here, a young woman named Ash, she needed to borrow it, and it's like I was saying, there's power structures, Ramiro, and it's like some people, even just through no fault of their own, they just end up at the top of them, and like, she needed a hat so that she could do a bit, and I figured, it's doing my best part to boost her efforts as a woman to let her borrow my hat, so that's why the hat's missing, that's why it's not here today.
truly fascinating and progressive of you, Benny. Very impressive. Showing a role model for all the wrestling fans at home. But all gender parity aside, we're here to talk about an incredible match that we're seeing here. We've got the surgeon and we've got the chef, the cook, but also I think I heard tell that Ron has demanded. Yes,
That's a surprise
to be booked
appearance
into
by
this
Ron
match.
Steerling. Apparently not satisfied by the fact that he had to be sidelined because he was fighting, maybe with a concussion. We're not really sure. We're still hearing a lot of reports in from the ring. He has been sort of cleared to fight tonight. Wrestlers, they should take care of their bodies, but I have seen some people. Wait, I hear music. I hear music again.
Oh, this is Benny's thing. I hear
That's how
music.
we know who's coming in.
It's wrong.
Yes, no, and this.
And here
this
he
I believe
comes
is
with
one
a
of
doctor's note in hand. Ron Steerling, the Prince of Fab.
It says here that I can fight.
It says he can fight. It says he can. I trust a doctor's note. They go to school for a very long time. Not as long as I've been in this industry, but for a very long time. They're trustworthy people. Trust your doctors.
I imagine that like the bottom of the doctor's note, it's signed by the surgeon.
Yes. Oh my God.
He comes down to the ring. The mascots are not following him, but they're already ringside next to a group of small children that have signs that say like "Go Ron, go."
Never, and one says, "Never give up."
Yeah.
Good. That's good.
I will slide into the ring and will like spin in the center with my arms out, come to a stop, and just like take in the audience.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Well, he can walk in a straight line, so that's a good sign, Ramiro, that maybe, just maybe, he can still stick it out in this fight. Sorry, they don't let me smoke in here and it's throwing me off.
Sometimes I find that some other kind of oral stimulant works if you've still got a fixation, such as a toothpick or a piece of gum. However, the moral support that is coming from the coalition of do-gooders is absolutely clearly driving Ron forward in this match. Charles Entertainment Cheese himself in the house, alongside Scruff McGruff, the crime dog, we know him and love him, and Smokey the Bear, all fantastic spokespeople for the good people of Vancouver and nationwide, frankly, championing causes that everyone can support. And Ron himself, obviously, holding up these three pillars of American life. You just love to see it. America's sweetheart, Ron Stierling, the Prince of Fab, ready to tear it up in the ring.
I didn't think that could be funnier. I'm sorry. I did not think that could be funnier until Ramiro said it that way. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Fox. Sorry.
You know, I met the original McGruff.
Really?
Nice guy.
Well, that's a story that's going to have to wait for another time because turning up the heat in here, goodness, it's really getting hot. But thankfully, I don't have to step into this kitchen. But here he comes, the cook, looking to establish his dominance once again after some ups and downs in the ring. But he's ready to slice and dice and make julienne fries of his opponent.
A stalwart member of this incredible promotion. Always happy to see the cook slicing and dicing, as you say.
Is the cook's entrance different this time?
Yes, it is. So the cook comes out. He does have his chef's jacket on. He still has his shorts and his boots. He's walking out, but there's no kitchen. There's no olive oil. There is absolutely nothing coming with him, and he has one frying pan with him. He shows it to the audience, and he chucks it.
Not at the audience, I'm assuming.
Not at the audience.
I'm assuming backstage.
That's a lawsuit.
Yeah. Woo!
He tosses it to the side, and he's like, he kind of raises his hand. It's like, that's right. We're going panless tonight.
The crowd goes wild. They love the cook. You know.
An amazing turn of events here with the cook eschewing his usual cutlery and flatware for a good, honest, clean match against a man who has barely been released to compete in this event. Such
it's fascinating what a week's worth of events can do. It really feels like the cook. We're seeing a softer, kinder side. Perhaps there's been something in the air or something in the water. It's not really clear, but one thing's for sure: we never really know what recipes the cook has up his sleeve. So, regardless of his character, we'll see how that all pans out.
It's true. The dead are rising from their graves, and the cook is acting sunny side up.
That's good.
That was actually really good.
That was so good. I was proud of both of you. And then the lights go out. Yeah, drink some water. For a moment. And smoke starts to fill up because you got a better fog machine now. It's not quite so low rate. Finally. And the lights come on and there's this like shiny beacon of silver standing there. The lab jacket is gone. And standing there in full silver with the championship belt around their waist is a surgeon. Standing gloriously.
And there they are, the AAA championship title belt holder, the surgeon, clearly showing off every side of sparkling of their physique and kit, really appearing from nothing. Clearly an unclear, frankly, I'm not really sure what the whole deal is. But the signature lab coat is gone, so we can only assume that all efforts at medical safety are gone out the window.
And up on the screen behind them, because there's the screen that's kind of always been there, it just says "Call me Silver" on the screen behind them.
You know, I think we're getting a message. You know, they don't normally like to communicate. They speak less than silenced alone. But that up there, that I think is a message to all the people, to you and me, Ramiro, and definitely to both Ron and the cook. This person is now Silver. I guess they've always been Silver, but now it's got a capitalized S on it to indicate it is some kind of new moniker for this incredible, amazing performer and athlete.
I think this really marks a change in their career. Before, where they've been handling things with kid gloves and precision, we're gonna see a lot of the old razzle dazzle here in the ring.
I believe those were actually surgical gloves, Ramiro.
Yeah. And they make their way to the ring. The three of you are squaring off in the ring.
I hear a bell.
There's the bell. They're off to the races.
The surgeon's just gonna stand in the middle, put their hands out to both of you, and just go.
I look over at the cook looks over at Ron and kind of just gives like a look. I think it's a challenge.
I'm always up for a challenge.
All right. Surf's up, Silver. Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah.
We got a comic book fan here tonight.
So the cook is going to make a fast beeline for Silver, and he's gonna. The cook is going to basically tackle in Silver's body, and basically try to just do a quick slam down on the apron, and let Ron get an opening from that.
Is Ron trying to go for the Silver as well at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Silver's gonna duck out of the way, and because Silver's the champion, they're in charge at the moment. So Silver's gonna duck out of the way, and the two of you are gonna run into each other, and get caught up in this moment. And the Silver's gonna concede control of the match to the cook for the moment.
Okay. So we bump into each other really quick, and what he's gonna use at this point? He's gonna use Ron as a projectile weapon, shutting Ron straight in to Silver and using the momentum to do that to try to knock Silver off balance. So I'm gonna go for that. I'm debating about whether I want to make this into heat or work. Or whether this is a feat of power.
I don't think this is so much an amazing and memorable sequence. I think it'd be more of a power or a work.
Let's be interesting. Let's do power, because
okay.
I want to really get Ron in it. So
Ron getting tossed like a weapon that, they really should have called him Ron the Bomb. Except I think there's a guy in Schenectady that uses that name.
Yep, I rolled an 8. I have a -1 in power, so I have 7. I'm gonna see control to Ron, and I will get the 1 momentum.
So Ron flies into the surgeon and then quickly bounces back up onto his feet. The surgeon, I imagine at this point, is like kind of in the corner. I'm going to kind of throw the surgeon so that he's hanging in between the second and third rope. And then I'm gonna bounce off the back rope and come across, and I'm gonna jump on his back while he's in between the second and third rope.
Okay, I think that's a work. Sounds like a work.
Oh, 2 6s. So that's 14.
Nice.
So go ahead.
Ash may have decided that Ron is not really in fighting shape, but it sure looks like he's giving everybody a run for their money on that bet. Just look at this incredible display of athleticism.
Consummate professional. But will he survive?
After I do that, I'm going to look to the crowd, and I'm going to play to the crowd, and I'm going to go, 3, 6, 0, and then I'm gonna hit him with the Rey Mysterio 619.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
But,
I want you to work the audience for that because that's a
Okay.
total work the audience move.
You're absolutely pumping up the audience.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is a 7.
So you can gain momentum, and you're already in control of the match. So probably gain one momentum.
Yeah, I'll take another
Okay.
momentum.
Perfect.
Gain momentum.
After that, I will pick him up, and I'm just off the rope, and I'm going to just hit him in the face with an elbow, and then shove him towards the cook.
Okay, roll work.
That's going to be an 11.
You want 2 momentum or 1 heat with them?
I will take another 2 momentum.
Okay.
The cook kind of like grabs them, like in like a full Nelson from behind, and I am going to come over and pick up the surgeon like from his legs so that he's like powerbomb position. The cook will like hook him up and release him from the full Nelson, and then I'm going to throw the surgeon out of the ring.
Okay.
And that is a 12. Jesus
Jeez,
Christ.
You were rolling super hot today.
I will take the heat with the surgeon.
You also get it with the cook because it's anybody you're in the match with.
Perfect.
And it's hi-ho silver as they go right over the top rope.
I will then look to the cook. It's just the 2 of us now. And then I will go to hit the cook with a super kick.
In doubt, kick it out.
So I got 9. So I'll take I will take the momentum and give the cook control.
All right. So as you do the super kick, you land like pretty square in the jaw. He grabs hold of your leg, and basically slides you forward to get you off balance. And he's going to then grab from under you and flip you over. And let's see, that will probably be working. So.
I'm hearing some weird noises outside my house, so if you'll just excuse me a brief moment.
Yeah, my gut, it's just acting up. Ramiro, I'm tagging you in, buddy. I got an acid reflux thing.
So I got a 12.
Okay.
So, all right. So that means I get 2 momentum, and I retain control. So after the cook flips Ron over, he's going to quickly grab Ron's feet and swing him low towards the rope, keeping him off balance. And so we're going to just keep doing that for a little bit.
Oh, I like that. Just like the swing around the ring. Very much the, what is it? That's
The Cesaro.
Thank you. I could not remember his name for some reason. Like it just went, phew.
We're gonna try to. I think the cook really just wants to make this look good more than anything.
Yeah, totally.
So if anything, he wants to make this fight look good, and so I think we're gonna roll for heat with this.
Okay.
So that was +3 with heat. So with Ron now, so I rolled a 11. So I rolled an 11. So I can't tell it was a 6 from there. So that means I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna gain another heat with Ron, so I have a nice pleasant 4. And I think after Ron gets tossed over to the rope, the cook is gonna run up to the nearest was it turnbuckle, the corner post, and jump down for a missile drop kick. And let's see if how this one will work. And we're gonna probably do this 4.
Oh, thank God for these Tums, but I don't know if they're gonna be enough to help me get through just the amazing indigestion I'm getting from this incredible fight. Oh.
And it's what the cook calls the meat injector.
Wow.
Does he really call it the meat
All right.
injector? Is that real? Kids these days.
So I rolled 9 plus work is 2, so it's 11. I also get a benefit from my human highlight reel. I don't get to use it often, but whenever I roll a 10 plus for doing a high flying maneuver, I get +1 audience because this is a pretty dazzling maneuver here. It's gonna land. I'm gonna land pretty. I'm not gonna. So the cook is not gonna land aiming for Ron's head. He's actually just gonna aim for his back. And then after he lands, and he kind of like plops himself down, he's gonna have Ron's arms wrapped around him for a minute, and then grab him. And what he's gonna do is he's gonna do a power slam straight through, and he's not gonna aim. And he's gonna aim straight for the center of the ring. So let's see where this is going. And all right, so I only rolled a 7. So I will see control and give it back to Ron and gain 1 more momentum.
Ron will like take this slam and will pick himself up a little slowly, looking a little dazed, just a little bit. He then tries to punch the cook. The cook blocks, so he tries to kick the cook. The cook blocks it again. So Ron dips low and sweeps the leg on the cook, bring him to the mat.
Nice.
And I rolled a 12. So Jesus Christ.
You're hot, Ron.
So with him down on the ground, I'm going to kip up, and then I'm going to as like the cook sits up, I'm going to hit him with a roundhouse kick to the face. And I'm going to use my ability Strong Style. So I'm going to work stiff without the intent to injure. So I am rolling with a plus real.
Nice.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm going to use some of my momentum.
Because you have lots.
Because I have a lot of momentum. I need to use 3 momentum to get a 7.
I'll put you over to get you to the 7, actually.
Okay. So do I have to use any momentum or just?
I
rolled a
from
4.
whatever you rolled up 1 category. Yeah, so you get the 7 automatically. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so what was the move again?
It's called Strong Style. So it looks like it's a really, really, really hard hit.
Okay. Yeah, the from the meat injector lands quite spectacularly. Always a crowd favorite. Ron's reeling from it, but here he comes. He's coming back. Oh, by God! It looks like he's really gunning for the cook. Oh, that looks like it really hurt. Holy Jesus!
I don't think he can take. Oh, wait, no, the cook's got a perfectly good head. He probably can take those kinds of blows to the head, but Ron is gonna make sure that he doesn't want to, with these incredible, amazing martial arts moves that he's got. Bet he's
Let's see here. I'm going to retain control and transition to the next sequence. With the cook like crumpled on the ground from that blow, I'm going to spring off the ropes and I'm going to jump outside the ring at the surgeon who we've all like forgot about since I threw him out of the ring. And I'm just gonna like clock him with this over the top rope dive. and I got a 9. So I will take heat with the surgeon and pass control to the surgeon.
The
Comes
surgeon's
Ron off the
going-
top rope.
The surgeon's going to take the hit.
And down
But-
on the silver.
They've been laying there kind of trying to see what's going to happen. So it doesn't
Mhm.
hit them as hard as it would appear. And they're going to roll with it and kind of flip and kind of stand up on it, pushing off of you and jumping back into the ring. And they're going to go for the cook because the cook's still in the ring, right?
Yep.
They're going to go for the cook and they're going to just try a clothesline coming across, knocking the cook down. And then they're going to, Ron's going to stumble and get up and pull himself into the ring as Silver is up on the turnbuckle, does a 180 into a frog splash on top of Ron as Ron lands. As Ron is it. This is what Silver does. They're very
Yeah.
showy with all of their moves and stuff, and they land on top of Ron in the ring, and kind of like do kind of flip over and are just sitting on top of Ron cross-legged in the ring, kind of showboating it out. As the cook rises to their feet and they just stare down the cook with arms crossed.
I didn't realize that Cirque du Soleil was coming to town and coming to PWN.
Just an incredible showboating shit from the surgeon or Silver, as we maybe are supposed to be calling them now. But
They have a lot of names.
counted down, but certainly not out. They're back here and they're shining brighter than ever.
And
I need my
control goes
sunglasses.
to the cook.
So the cook sees this. So wait, is the Silver on top of Ron? Like
Yeah, just sitting
on their back?
cross-legged on top of Ron's back at the moment.
All right. At the moment.
Very good.
Okay, very good. So the cook is going. He actually smiles for a minute. And he says, "I forgot what real wrestling feels like. This feels good."
Aww.
This is so sweet.
And he's cracking his knuckles. He's like, "I've been meaning to break that face for days." And what he's gonna do is he's going to run back to the rope and kind of push as far back as he can to get enough potential energy out of the rope, and then push and then jet himself forward. And he's going to dive bomb straight for Silver to try to knock them off of Ron, and we'll see what we get from there.
Are you rolling
And I
just
think
work?
Ron, I'm thinking also Ron and I'll say Ron getting knows that the cook is aiming for.
So it's kind of trying to push up at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
thinking
like
this
it.
is gonna be a feat of. I think this is gonna be strength, power, because everyone is using quite as much force as.
I like it.
So let's.
I like it.
I have plenty of momentum to burn if I need it. Yeah, I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna take. I got a 5 and I have a -1, so it's 4. So I will burn the. I got plenty of momentum, so I'll burn 3 momentum to get it to a 7. And so you see the cook literally just bulleting straight for Silver, and as he says it, and as he's going for it, he's like, "I'm gonna be the bullet. You're gonna be the Silver."
Not sure what that means, Ramiro.
And
Well, you know, the cook is known for his gimmicks and skill in the ring, not necessarily his wordplay.
this is very true.
But also kind of true.
Yeah.
We've seen all the promotions. We know it's true.
Oh, so
He just
good.
responds with, ah.
And at that
And,
same moment, Ron is like pushing Silver up, and so it's like that perfect. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I got a 7, so I'll give control to Ron.
I like it.
Okay. Ron stands up on his feet all the way, looks at the crumpled heap of silver and over at the cook, and looks to the crowd around, and will give the symbol that he always does when he's about to hit his finishing mover, which is historically been a super kick. But he's going to stand Silver on one side and the cook on the other, and he's going to deliver super kick after super kick to each of them, like 3 apiece before they both fall down. So I'm trying to hit my finishing move.
I'm telling you, it's like the Rockettes in here. All the kicking that's going on, all the people flying around. It's amazing. I have not seen this much leg work since, hell, I don't think I ever have. This is unprecedented.
So I'll use a momentum to make that a 10.
Do you roll a 9? Do you roll a 9?
I rolled a 9.
The cook, do you want to do what we talked about or something?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So as he's taking the hits from the kick, he is going to actually help Ron a little bit here and actually careen Silver straight into the bulk of all the kicks, and basically literally just Nelson the Silver, and so the cook will take some of the hits, but won't take all of it, and is going to just let Silver have it, the full Monty of it.
Oof.
Well, there's Ron's signature kicks, but here comes from the behind the cook. The cook seizes Silver. The cook's using Silver as a human shield. It's incredible. The hits keep coming, and they don't stop coming.
That was good. Oh my god, that was good.
In this moment, the cook is absolutely the sharpest knife in the drawer.
The surgeon will crumple to the ground, and Ron will take the cook and will do the wrestling thing where you take them from the back of their neck and just throw them out of the ring. And then we'll go for the cover on Silver.
1, 2, 3. I can hit the right button. I held it with my right hand.
I hear a bell, and you know what that means. I hear it again. They are ringing it so many times because Ron.
That's roll 20 won't stop.
Ringing.
Oh my god, roll 20, stop.
Jenny, you only gotta ring it the one time, sweetheart. Just the one. There you go.
We had so many bells, I think, because of what an incredible beatdown was just delivered here in the ring. Silver previously holding the title, but it appears that Ron, regardless of his previous misconceptions we had about his ability to be fighting here and right now, were clearly thrown out the window just as Ron threw Silver out of the ring. And here he is, triumphant. And really, I think one of the most surprising things we saw here was the change of heart that the cook employed with that vicious Nelson, allowing kick after kick to land into Silver, ultimately sealing their fate.
Absolutely, it's just incredible teamwork of a sort, but mostly just good, clean wrestling by incredible performers. You know, Ron has worked very hard. I'm glad to see them start from the bottom, get back here. The cook didn't beat anybody with a piece of metal. Really growing as a human being.
That's right. Silver might have the name, but Sterling is certainly the polish.
Oh, that's good. That was good. The cook, what are you doing?
That's quite good, Ramiro. I like that.
The cook's gonna get up, dust himself off, looks and makes sure that Ron has been declared the winner. He kind of smiles to himself. Man, I forgot what it felt like. This was good. This was good. This is really good. And he kind of just quietly walks towards the backstage because he don't need the recognition. He just knows that he did good.
I just want you all to know that this was the quietest, most beautiful face turn I've ever seen in a wrestling show ever.
You're like Ryu at the end of Street Fighter 2, just like walking into the distance. The fight is everything that matters.
Go home and be a family man.
All right, we're not done because
No,
Ron just won the
Music. There it is
championship.
again.
Ron is in the center of the ring on his knees with the belt, and he's like crying into it and like holding it close. He gets out of the ring, kind of rolls out and goes over
And
to
he's like totally surrounded by the 3 mascots. Like totally. They're fake crying.
They lift him up onto their shoulders as he's holding the belt high up as they carry him to the back.
So good. And the kids are like,
Yeah.
Losing their fucking minds.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the scene fades out and fades in on Alistair sitting in his office, smoking a cigar, the biggest shit-eating grin on his face ever, as he flips through the cameras that you didn't know before. He's got a whole setup now of all the cameras that are now in this building. And he looks and sees Katrina down in her weird steam tunnel area with her altar, right? Looking at Ron. And he sees the cook in his possible kitchen area, but really, he's just putting together the picnic for him and the Chad, right? And he's got... And I think he sees the cook looking at a picture of the Chad as he's putting together this picnic, right? And he sees the ring and all the people like exiting the building, but super hyped about the show. And he sees Ash. Where does Ash hang out now? I don't even know.
She's got an arm over Benny's shoulder and is handing him back his hat.
Oh, okay, so kind of at the announce table. Just chilling.
Or actually, you know, he's probably out back smoking or something.
Oh, okay, fair. Out back
Finally
smoking.
Smoke.
Handing him his hat. And then Ron Steerling, surrounded by children and weird mascots, with the belt, as he's just sitting there kind of like sobbing because he won the AAA Mega Championship. And he just nods and he went, I knew it would be like this. And it closed out. And then we get, yeah, I'm the shit. Come on. This has been PWN Presents Slaughter! On live every Sunday, 3 p.m. on KPTV 12. What will happen next week? You'll have to tune in to find out. Who knows what we'll throw down? You're welcome.
Thank
All
you.
right, end of session before I forget, because I'm the worst at it remembering.
I got a face. I have a face now.
You're a face now. I'm so
Welcome.
proud of you.
Balance has been restored.
Oh, it's so good.
End
Okay.
of session.
All right. Lose 1 heat with whoever you didn't have a segment with or otherwise significantly interact with. Well, Ron interacted with everyone, so that's not a problem.
That's not a problem. Well, me and and Katrina are down to a 0. I'm down to a 0 with Katrina.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
we've been 0 for like 2 sessions.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
also
Same with me
that's
and Ash.
still there.
I just dropped down to 0 with Katrina. I also dropped 1 with Diesel. I'm now at +1 with her. Question.
Yeah.
Alistair and I I yell towards him a lot. He never seems to acknowledge me.
I feel like every time you yell towards him, you'll gain heat with him.
Okay.
But yeah.
So mostly it's just I currently have heat with him. I wanted to make sure it didn't go down.
No. I think that you can add every episode you yell at him, you can add a heat.
Okay. I'm at 2
You
heat
just-
with Alistair.
Yeah, I think that's appropriate. That is your job.
Yeah.
Fight me, coward.
Fight me IRL.
He's just not
So-
going to ever
1v1
talk.
me,
I,
noob.
well,
He'll
Force
he'll
might.
respond to you in good time, but it's not time.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
well,
He
I
just
actually
ignored
get a heat with Katrina because Katrina's still a heal. And
Yeah.
when I change faces, I actually don't I gain
Yep.
plus
Oh.
1 heat with everyone opposed.
Yep.
So
I
actually I
believe.
gain 1 with Ash as well.
Mhm.
Yep.
So
And you
Ash
also
and I are
gain
back.
with. Let me pull up the raster.
yeah, sorry.
Just a second. You gain with Diesel,
Yep.
and Bull.
And Bull. Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right. Sounds good.
I don't know if Vampirus is. I mean, Vampirus started out as a face, but I don't know if she is now. She's probably not. So let's
don't
make
think so.
Vampirus a heel as well. And Vampirus.
Sure.
Everybody's evil here.
No, the governor and Vince aren't heels. They're just dicks.
Which is a completely different category.
Assholes.
Ah, yes, the 3 genders.
Yes.
Heel, face, dick.
Dick. Or as we like to call it in riffs, dick butts. Anyway. And then I don't think anybody has 0 audience, right?
No.
Did anyone gain? Who all gained 4 audience this episode, and in what order?
I was at 2 and I won my match, so that would go to 3, right?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
I gain audience for winning a title?
I
You do.
think
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Actually, you can advance for winning a championship belt.
Oh no, you don't gain
Oh,
audience for
okay,
winning a championship. You gain
So
an advance.
I'm at 3, but I get an advance.
Okay, cool. All right,
Yes.
so Katrina has 4. Okay,
So
we're
I'll
good. We
roll
know
over
there.
at the start of next episode.
All right, that's end of session stuff. Let us thank you again, everybody, for joining us for our ridiculously silly and fun wrestling game. Where who
So
knows
good.
what's going to happen because some people bring in weird mascots like Chuck E. Cheese. I was not warned. That's why I might have lost my mind. It's so much better when I'm not warned, though. Let's be real.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go around, introduce ourselves, where we can be found on the internet, what we're doing, and we're going to start with Fox so that she has time to find someone to raid and all that fun stuff.
Hey folks,
So
I
Fox.
remain Fox Barrett at Fox_Barrett, where you can find me. Honestly, I found out what that noise was. You'll probably find me tweeting about Gundam crap. I suspect, because that was the UPS driver. It turns out who that was. Where can you find me right now? Obviously, I'm here on
Later.
PWN. I'm also every week as part of the Riff Show here on Welcome to the Party. And premiering tonight, actually.
It's tonight.
It's tonight.
It
We're
is.
over on. Oh, do I not have this in my notes? I do have this in my notes. Haha, I have notes. Premiering over on twitch.tv/devilsluckgaming at 7 o'clock Eastern time. So if you want just a whole lot of me today, we're going to be playing a little Deadlands, a game called Hell's Coming With Me. And I am super, super excited to be over there. I'm going to wear a cowboy hat, and I'm going to fire off a 6-shooter, and I'm probably going to get eaten by, like, zombie bears or something, because Deadlands real weird. So, y'all come all around, check that out, and, yeah, follow me on Twitter for information about when I'm doing stuff. Again, that's twitch.tv/devilsluckgaming at 7 o'clock Eastern time tonight.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, Simon.
Who are we rating?
Hello, my name is Simon, and you can find me on Twitter at Lucha Libris, using the same handle on Itch for some of my game design. I'm a voice actor, I'm a LARPite, and a tabletop streamer now, I guess. I would invite you to come check out my LARP, but we tentatively may be canceling due to the disease. We'll see what happens, but you can learn about it at attawaylarp.com, and hopefully in the fall you can come check us out if you're in the New England area and you like Decopunk and running hooch in a time of prohibition. I will be here on this channel tomorrow night on side quests, running a little bit of Mothership,
Oh, yeah,
a
I'm on that
sci-fi
as well.
horror
I
survival
forgot.
game. Fox will be there. It's going to be a good time. We'll see if everyone survives. On Thursdays, you can catch me on Scraticus Academy playing Blades in the Dark, a game called Secrets of Duskfall, 2:30 Eastern Time. And if you need something to do while you're being isolated, you can listen to more of my dulcet tones on the Penumbra podcast, a very queer sci-fi and fantasy audio drama. That's at the Penumbra Pod on Twitter.
Yep, it's good stuff. I'm writing the thing in for you, so that. All right, cool. And next, Smurf.
Hi, everybody. You can find me on the internet at DSC_Smurf. I do a lot of tabletop role-playing game streaming on this channel. Not only this game, but also on Friday nights, we're playing Princes of the Apocalypse called the Storm of Four. So check us out there. I also stream with my best friends and roommates, Dumpstack Charisma. You can check us out. Tomorrow is our next game at 7 p.m. We're playing Hunt for the Ripper, which is a Fantasy Flight Star Wars RPG. It's a super nitty-gritty noir-style game where we're trying to find a murderer of our former boss who's a serial killer, and it's pretty nitty-gritty and fun. I'm also a player on Soldar RPG, but follow me on the internets to see what I'm streaming and where, because it's most of the time.
And Jackie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie, better known as Death by Mage. You can find me on Twitter at Death by Mage, where I most of the time talk about random things like food and also occasionally being crazy about Gundams and other fun anime. Recently, I just released a very fun anime-related role-playing game. It's a pop-punk narrative prompt game called My Turn Draw, which you can find on deathbymage.itch.io. It's if you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh or any other children's card game shows that have to revolve around the fate of the world, then yeah, sure, you'll totally love this. You'll love this game.
I feel like there's some crossover in our audience.
It's pretty cool, not gonna lie.
Yeah, and you can and keep an eye out. We're going to be launching the Unbreakable anthology, which is a Pan-Asian Asian adventure anthology written by Asian writers and illustrated by Asian artists. That will be coming out sometime very soon. We are just wrapping up trying to get the files all nice and pretty so that we have it all ready to go for simultaneous release. So keep an eye out for that, and thanks.
And I'm Kate. I go by Mia Midair on the internet, on Twitter, where I have mostly been avoiding lately because I have to do that in my day job, and it kind of sucks right now. So, but I am with Welcome to the Party on this fun and great show, but I also hang out here on Tuesday nights with Riffs, Blood, Dirt, and Chrome, where I play a half fairy little punk butt who wears a leather jacket and yells at people in teenage angst. Because she's only like 20.
Yeah,
so it's fun.
We deserve it, honestly.
Yeah, they're buttheads.
We
Oh, and Death by Mage already did mine. Thanks, Death by Mage, you're the best. And I make things on the internet, like this overlays for the show and logos and stuff. So if you need an overlay or logos or other graphical things or layouts for things, let me know. Hook me up. Hit me up and I can help you out. And I think that's it. Who are we rating today?
We are going to be rating Chromatic Chimera.
They're
playing a little Lancer again, and honestly,
Lancer's so good.
If you're gonna have robots, I'm gonna raid ya. It's just how it's gonna go down, my folks. So
good stuff.
Get emotes, get shouting, give them a whole bunch of love in the chat because damn it, being on Twitch is hard. So we'll be going off here shortly.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I promise I will work on the playlist this week. I'm so sorry I didn't get it this week. Love you all. We'll see you next week. Bye.